In 2002, in the city of Nablus, the pleasures were few. The Israeli army had invaded the town, and the people were terrorized by the tanks roaming around. We were 10 internationals come into that land to see what was happening and perhaps lend a hand. We were Christians and Muslims and atheists and Jews, and all were determined to see what we could do for 8 days of curfew, all day and all night, and anyone on the streets could be shot on sight. But the people determined to reclaim their streets, and so we marched with them the curfew to beat. Next day in the morning we awoke from our dreams to hear that the army was invading the homes of many brave families who had done nothing wrong. And so we decided to see what could be done. We went to a house where the soldiers had gone, and 20 or so people were confined in one room. We found a way in and we knocked at the door, saying we come in peace and in the name of the Lord. Outside in the streets, while the folk gathered round, some more of our number from all over the town, they gave us a warning that a tank was in view, and they sat down to stop it, and they saw what they could do. All the time in the house we persisted to try to speak to the soldiers, but they gave us no reply. Instead they fired tear gas and exploded grenades, but our comrades were steadfast, though none could come to their aid. They were only 5 people, brave vessels of light, confronting without weapons all the enemy's might. The soldiers took hold of them and they dragged them away, and one of their number was taken that day. At length in the house the soldiers did say, "We will take our leave if you go away." We consulted our comrades to see what to do, and at 8 in the evening we decided to go. Despite this small victory, we should never forget that the invading army oppresses them yet. Even while all our hearts with joy did abound, they were killing 2 young men elsewhere in the town. Now the statesmen are crying salt crocodile tears at the plight of these people for so many years. But remember the tear gas and the tank on that day all carried the trademark "Made in USA." That's the ballad of a small victory.
Good man.
I don't speak Arabic or Hebrew, but I'd like to read a poem now by the great and late Palestinian poet Mahmoud Darwish, which I've worked into English, and it's called Identity Card. Set this down. I am an Arab, and my identity card is number 50,000. I have fathered 8 children, My 9th will be worn when autumn comes. Does any of this make you angry? Set this down. I am an Arab, and I work in the quarry with men much like me. My 8 children need bread, clothing, and books. I get them from the rocks. I'm not begging for charity at your doors, nor will I grovel at the entrance to your chamber. Does any of this make you angry? Set this down. I am an Arab. I have a name, but no title. I keep my cool in a country where people are ready to explode. My roots go deep down to before the birth of time, before the beginning, before the pines and the olive trees, and before grass grew. My father is from the generations of the plough. He seeks no special privileges. And my grandfather was a farmer. He was not well bred, nor well born either. I learnt from him to take pride in the sun before he taught me how to read.